Your mind is evolving. Your mind is growing so much. And as your mind grows continuously every day, being a person on this world, you grow with it. You are not just the mind. You are the mind, body, and the spirit. You embody all three. That's your team. So if you feel like you disconnected with one part of you, get yourself aligned again. Get back to source. That way you can see just how powerful and just how much your team really is here working for your life, working so you could be living in peace and tranquility, because that's what it brings you to. That cocoon stage formulates you into the version of you that is able to hold up these blessings, hold up all these things that you work so dang hard for every day. That version of you exists. That's why you are working towards it, because it exists. We don't just work towards things that don't exist. We understand that we are able to accomplish, and we constantly take strides, and we constantly take the steps that are necessary to get to said destination. And once we get to said destination, just don't think that you don't deserve it, because you sure did put in that work. All these years, you sure did go through what you went through to become, you know what I mean? And again, your mind is always growing. So once you feel uncomfortable, once you feel like your thought form is just changing, you want to do different things, you want to see different things, you feeling uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Grow with that. Don't just accept defeat or feel like you just have been defeated. Grow with it, because I guarantee you, you are sending a message to yourself that needs to be heard by yourself, but you just need to continue to elevate and evolve so you can understand these messages. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to be who we was yesterday. A certain language that we spoke based on how we acted yesterday, our whole entire language may change. We may change up all our habits. We may change up the things that we want from ourselves. We may change up the way we talk to God, what we ask God for, what we move towards. And all this is apparent in your day-to-day. All this is apparent in your present moment, how far you have came. So bring all this into your present. The past is a blessing because it taught you and it built you. The present is a gift because it's everything. It's literally everything. All existence lies here in the present moment. So don't be stuck in the past, but appreciate the past. Remember that it is okay to be you. It's okay to be different. Even if you get made fun of, even if you find yourself not fitting in places you go, even if you find it hard to make friends or hard to just fit in overall, that shouldn't be on your worry list at all. You really shouldn't have no worries, really, because you came here equipped with everything you need, everything you have. You came here equipped with it because you're serving a purpose. You are existing. You know what I mean? You are being alive. You are a soul. You're experiencing. God is life. God is love. So be that life and that love unapologetically, because that's what you here for. That's who you are. You know what I mean? And don't scare yourself out of blessings. Meaning, you may be seeing immense growth. It can look in different ways, but your mind's still trying to accept your new self. Your mind's still trying to accept who you are now. So it may be going off of old thought patterns and old habits that you done went through and that you done told yourself was your truth. And it's not necessarily wrong, because that's who you were, but you were just saying, hey, I'm not that no more. You know what I mean? I am this version of me that sees more for me, that knows, I want to get out of my room. So your mind may be telling you, your mind be screaming at you to get out your room, and you may label that as depression or as being drained or tired, when the whole time it's just your body, it's just your mind, body, spirit telling you, get up, get out the house, get out your room. do something different. Is my mouth foaming on the side? Be comfortable being honest. Be comfortable just expressing yourself how you do. That, like, these are all the things that your mind probably be telling you in a language that you just outgrew. And so now you have to continue to align yourself. And that looks different for each and every person on this planet. But now you have to work on aligning yourself. That way you could hear the message. That way you could understand the message. You know what I mean? This is a message that came from my growth. And this is the crazy thing about God. This is whenever I look at God and I just be amazed. Like, the picture that's being painted. So I go through things, right? I've went through stuff. I'm here talking and discussing about my growth, and I'm experiencing this in a message. Like, I'm understanding this message. It's present. I'm presently making this. I'm presently understanding this message. Somebody's gonna watch this and they gonna understand it. They mind gonna perceive it a certain way, and it's gonna activate something in them. They gonna want to change something, or they gonna take offense to it, or whatever. Everybody's gonna take this differently, but it ultimately plays a part in some type of growth. So the things I go through and the things that you go through are basically never for no reason. The pain that you go through is never for no reason. The times where you feel like you're stagnant or you're getting frustrated because you're not seeing your growth that you want to see, them times are never for no reason, because somebody, including you, maybe even yourself, is getting help from this, is changing from these things in some way, shape, or form. And that alone, we put everything else to the side. Isn't that just beautiful? Like, but you have to really, like, take some time and energy to focus on what's happening. Like, yeah, I went through things. I could be bitter, I could be petty, I could be mad, I could be upset because I'm going through something or because I went through something. Or I could look at how far I've came. I could look at the fact I've healed from it. You know, even if it may not feel like I fully healed from it, I've healed from these things. And I could say, dang, look how I'm even just looking at this right now. Look how I'm looking at this picture right now. Look at how I'm perceiving my own message. Because we all have a message. Like, everything you see has a message. Like, let's just put people to the side right now. You may go outside, you may look at a tree a certain way, and you looked at that tree on the day that you needed to look at that tree, and it was just right exactly where it was supposed to be for you to perceive it in a way. And trees grow for a long time, right? Trees be old as heck. So, of course, it took time for that tree to get to that point. It probably, you know, was a painful journey for that tree to look the way it looks, to be beautiful the way it is. But it served its purpose, because now you perceive that tree in a way. Maybe now you're going to take action in a certain way towards something, you know what I mean? Just based off of having a good experience in nature. And that's just how we are. We constantly be growing, bro. We just constantly be elevating. And that's okay. Is basically like the main thing I want you to get out of this message is it is okay for growth. It's okay to be uncomfortable, because that's not bad. That's our minds trick us so much into thinking uncomfort is a bad thing. That's where the amygdala, you know, your survival part of your brain gets you like riled up, your nervous system, all that, because now you in survival mode thinking, oh, you uncomfortable, you have to hurry up and do something to get out this situation. It may perceive uncomfort as danger, and you're not in danger. You're perfectly fine. So that's what I mean when I say your mind's constantly growing. Don't fear that, but grow with it. You know, don't get left behind. Don't be just dragging, because now it's like, yeah, we trying to grow, we trying to do this, we trying to do that. We see you got these goals, this, that, and the third. These are things that your soul and your spirit could be telling you. But the whole time you over here fighting with your mind, or you over here just in a battle with your ego, thinking you can't do these things, or thinking that just because you feel this way, you had to stay there. No, you're not stuck. You just literally keep going, bro. And nobody's judging you the way you think either. That's a whole nother topic, but nobody's judging you the way you think. Be yourself. There's only one you in this whole entire planet, bro. And there's billions of people on this planet. There's only one you, right? So just embrace that you are blessed and lucky to be alive alone at that. So, like, do y'all know the chances of being born, bro? Go ahead and do a quick Google search and see the chances of you being born, and come back with me about something that you thankful for in this life. Because, bro, the chances of you being alive, like, take a moment to be aware. Like, focus on your awareness. You are literally alive right now. You get what I mean? Like, that, like, do something with that. Like, and I'm not trying to push you and, like, tell you, oh, you gotta hurry up and do all this. Just be thankful that you alive. Like, you could literally, like, go to the mall right now. You could go get some nice food. You could talk to your family. Like, you could just do something and be, like, thankful in the moment. You just be present in the moment. Everything else from the past, that don't matter. Like, of course it built you to where you are, but don't bring that in every single moment. Like, don't allow that to circulate in your mind in every single moment, because it won't do you no good. It just gets you just in a loop, in a cycle that doesn't really serve you much of a purpose. It just keeps you stagnant and stuck when it's just your mind. That's your mind, bro. You are way more than the mind. You're the mind, body, and the spirit. You couldn't just be here if you were only the mind. Like, you have to have all three parts of you to be functioning the way you are. You know what I mean? Obviously, you need your body, because obviously that's how you operate here in the physical, here on planet Earth. You need your spirit, because that's who you really are. That's what makes you you. That's your character. That's your essence. That's your aura. That's your energy. That's everything. And your mind is literally how you know to eat noodles with a fork, how you know to drive a car, you know, how you know to walk. Like, all this just plays a part. You know what I mean? So don't just demonize one part of yourself. Cherish every part of yourself. You know what I mean? Even if it's uncomfortable, even if you feel like you're doing something wrong, you're not doing nothing wrong. You're growing, you're evolving, you're elevating, you're transcending. You know, you're not going to be on this planet forever. You're not going to be alive forever. We all have a day. And I don't like talking about it like that, because it's like, who does? But, bro, the day's going to come for all of us one day. So be yourself. You know what I mean? That's okay. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to not spend your whole life trying to be perfect. You should never feel like you have to try and spend your whole entire life being perfect or striving for perfection, especially for others. It's one thing to do it for yourself, but especially for others. If you are striving your whole life for just to be perfect in every single way, shape, or form, bro, you are draining yourself. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be trying to drain yourself. You should just be working with what you have. And that's a beautiful thing, to work with what you have.